If after going through this franchise prospectus you've got interest in learning more about the Alternative Board, then let me share with you what the next steps would look like. We have quite a robust recruitment process because it's really important to us that not only is the Alternative Board right for you, but you are right for the Alternative Board. So if you do have interest in learning more, the next step, if you haven't already taken it, is to have a phone conversation with me. We will then learn a lot more about each other and determine if it makes sense to go deeper into the process. If it does make sense, we'd then enter a number of modules that we go through. We usually do these by Zoom. This is an opportunity for you to learn a lot more about the Alternative Board, what we do, why it works, what you get for your investment, how you get a return on that investment, and we'll also do a number of assessments along the way where we both determine if you're a good fit with the Alternative Board and likely to be able to be successful within our system. Once we get to the end of that process, we should both have enough information to make an informed decision about whether it makes sense to go deeper into that process. And at that point, while we haven't done due diligence, we're making a commitment to each other that unless due diligence throws up something which suggests we shouldn't go ahead, we're both moving into the next stage of the process with an intent to reach an agreement at the end of it. We'd then move into the due diligence stage, and during the due diligence stage, we'd first of all share a generic franchise agreement with you so that you can be completely transparent about what's in the model, and we can also make sure there's nothing in there that would be an impediment to us reaching an agreement, and we can negotiate at that point if necessary. We'd also invite you along to experience one of our board meetings, and we do that for a couple of reasons. One, you obviously want to see if it's something that you would want to do for the long term, but we also want to see you in that environment because we want to gain confidence that you're going to be successful in that board environment. And then we would also open up our franchise community to you so that you can ask them questions. You can ask them about the training, about the support, about any challenges people have had ramping up their business. And that's a really important process. In any system, you've got people who are really high flyers and you've got people who are less so. And we really encourage you to speak to people at both ends of the spectrum, because then you can work out who you align with. And then you can work out if the Alternative Board is right for you. Once we've gone through that process, if both of us still agree that it makes sense, we'd move into the final stage. And the final stage is a discovery day where we would invite you to come along, meet the team behind the Alternative Board, take one last deep look at the tools and the systems, and we'd take one last look at each other. And if we both then ask ourselves the question, does it make sense to go forward? And the answer is yes, that's when we'd move forward to the formal process. We'd issue a letter of offer, you would pay a deposit, and then we'd go into the legal and launch planning process. End to end, that process can take as little or as long time as is necessary. What's important is that we both make the right decision as opposed to a quick decision.